Yeah, but
Further
what
down.
do I know, but what do I do with the heavy oil?
You burn it off.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do that right now. If I wait, I can just use that for other stuff, right?
Correct, yeah.
So I might as well just wait.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is I'm not hurting for diesel now that I've turned off my diesel, like, power.
True.
In fact, I mean, I'm using diesel to make the rubber, which I could get sulfur eventually. Instead of coal, but I don't have sulfur yet, so. We are down to 57% crude oil up there, but fine. We're doing just fine, chat. Totally fine.
Yeah, as soon as you unlock your gas boiler, you can burn it in that to make steam instead of coal.
True.
Hmm. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got excited.
We can make compost and fuel gas now. Yay. And yay.
Smells like fun.
Oh man. Okay, so there's our. We can now make the nitrogen, and oxygen. Got the air separator. Air separator. Let's go. Yep, Chuck. Right now, there's what? Well, 4 of us are playing this game right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all kind of. This is what we do. Yeah, we're all working on our own maps, and we're not even playing the same map. You know, I'm playing the second map. Jacob's on the first map. Sarge is on the newest map.
Second.
And Trent, you're on this map. Okay, Trent's on the same map.
Oh,
we're all kind of doing our own thing.
Different map than yours.
Oh, this is the second map.
I don't have beach.
Well, I don't know what you're doing then. Trent's hanging out in Narnia, apparently.
So, Jacob, what do you think about that blueprint?
Which one? Hold on.
The recent one I just sent.
Who knows, chat?
12 MW.
Oh my God, Trent, why?
That sounds like fun.
I just need nuclear.
Oh, they have a blueprint for that too.
Nuclear.
Well, you just take the coal firing out of there and put a nuclear power plant. You still got 12 MW.
Wow. That's actually something I would like to mess with on this map eventually, is the nuclear power. I have not done that yet on this game.
Have you seen the blueprint that somebody's done for the big nuclear plant?
No. Let's go send the boat out. Why not? Go, little boat, go. Really need armor and stuff, buddy, but you know, you're fine for now. You're okay the way you are, I guess. We'll work on the armor eventually, chat. Ooh, the bigger storage too, eventually. Lots of stuff to research. Never enough research, right? Never enough. Nuclear equals headache, does it? Or as long as you have water, it's okay, right? Jacob, no?
Headache.
Is it as bad as microprocessors?
Worse.
Because that gave me a headache last time. Although I went with like the one line of buildings for microprocessors and then just looped them back around. That worked fairly well. I don't know.
It's my
That's kind of what I've done.
Yeah, but just how instead of having like multiple buildings per step, it was just one building and they were all connected in one long line. Nuclear's easy, just don't run out of water. Well, there is that. Farmer Niccolo. Yeah.
Sarge does nuclear, then it's okay.
Sarge has done nuclear.
We can watch his.
Sarge, you've done nuke, right? Yep.
Yeah, I'm
past
not
he
there
has.
yet.
We're in our
on this
first
one.
search.
I don't know if I'll do it, but
In the past, he has, yes. Might as well just continue this wall, right?
To me, it's almost more pain than it's worth.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, really, once you get like the bigger Steam stuff going and you get that set up, Steam is a breeze. You know? Yeah. We'll catch you later, Bucks. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out as always. I really don't like what I did with my truck traffic, but there's really nothing else. I mean, I could just not have a wall for now, I guess, but might as well plan ahead. And actually, I could use a little more help on the coal side here, couldn't I? A couple more trucks. Because there's excavator and no trucks, so that means you need more trucks. And we are making this mountain disappear down here, chat. It just started this at the start. I mean, we were a little ways into it, start of stream, but nothing like we are now. Trees are good. We're out of storage room for trees again. Never ends. So what I might do then, chat, is try to keep our coal production going, but take the mountain guys down here and take them off of this project for right now. Bring them up here and start digging along the wall so that we can put in our next layer of wall, right? Maybe that's what we do with them for now. Because we gotta divide and conquer, because we need a coal supply, right? But you also gotta work on other stuff too. Okay, what do we just oh, we can get ships now. Cargo ships. Which really I don't have a need for that, and I really don't have area set up yet. Plus these are just the little guys, so
leave room for up.
yeah. But I'm also trying to fill out this up yonder here, you know what I mean? So used to think nuclear wasn't worth it. I mean, I just, it's one of those things that I didn't do in my first time playing this game, so I kind of want to this time, you know what I mean, chat? If I decide I don't like it, well then, hey, I just rip it all out, right? I'll throw the nuclear waste in the ocean and move on. Wait.
Oh boy, they're gonna come up on land now.
Are you not supposed to do that? Oh man. My bad. Alright, let's change that to like that. Let's change this zone a little bit too. Problem is I'm trying to keep stuff separated. For now, but I also kind of want to start digging from this end. So we'll just do this for now. And then we'll assign the zone here. So it's 5 down, right, Sarge?
Yep.
2, that's 3, 4, 5. So technically 0 on this map then. Wait.
Yes.
No, it'd be yeah, it would be
No,
0.
it'll be
That's
0.
fine. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Don't want to go -1.
So if we do like that,
0 and then level dig.
yeah. Not filling. But my point is we dig this wide, which is 5 wide. We dig that out. We got to make sure we have enough places to put dirt. Right now, I've just been piling dirt over here. Don't really know where else to go with it for right now.
In the ocean.
No, you don't want to do that.
I don't like wasting my dirt in the ocean. I like to make a pile of it somewhere and then like, I don't know. Because I feel
Especially
like
this map, you don't want to.
I feel like you need dirt later, right? Maybe I
What,
don't
the
know.
map that you're on, Sarge?
What do you
Oh,
use?
yeah, you will. Yeah, you.
What do I
want
use
dirt.
dirt for though?
Yeah.
Well, if you plan on putting a farm down, you're gonna want dirt.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you have to have dirt for farmland. Fair play. Okay.
Right, greenhouses?
Because what I'll do is if I dig a pit or whatever mining
You
wise,
top it off with dirt.
I'll fill it up, and then the last 2 layers, dirt.
Yeah, so if I want to maybe expand this down here a little bit, I'm gonna have to
Do all rock, and then if you gotta dig it back out a little bit, you know.
top coat it. Yeah, do a rock border maybe, and then fill it all in, and maybe like take off a layer and then put dirt back. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But that's true. Yeah, you can't take a farm and put it out here on rock. It has to be on dirt. That is true. So we're not going to throw away our dirt. Basically, is what I'm getting at here. All right, food supplies are good. Maintenance parts are good. We're cranking up time again. And do we actually have excavators? Do we have? We have 6 excavators. Okay, digging on this project.
Guess I'll start to stockpile my dirt again.
Yeah. Well, because once you dump it in the ocean, it's gone, you know? And there's only so much dirt on the map if you think about it. Now, granted, there's a lot of dirt on a map, but there is only so much. Fire Shadow, hello? How's it going? How are we? How you doing? Well, they're coming around from this way, too. That's interesting. But this should be good. So we'll start digging here, and then we'll go and pull around the corner eventually. Oop, oop. Fire Shadow, I'm great. I'm great. I'm trying to figure out, Sarge, I'm trying to think here. Maybe I need to change where I start my ramp. Maybe I extend the wall this way and make this my ramp over here for now. I don't know. I don't know. You have a food question. What's up? We haven't talked about food like all stream, Fire Shadow. It's been almost 2.5 hours. Haven't talked about food. Fire Shadow shows up. Thinking of Jimmy John's for lunch tomorrow. Any ideas on what to try? I'm a big number 11 fan personally. That would be the sandwich that I would that I enjoy. That's not right at all. Oh, we can't put that there. It cuts off all the access to everything. Okay. I'm a big number 11 fan personally, Jimmy John's, with some barbecue chips as well. Barbecue chips. I do really like their barbecue chips. So yeah. Big fan. Big fan. Because I'm trying to think as I go down layers. Probably going to need to start this ramp project like way over here somewhere. Yeah. Let's change our little area back over to here real quick. Get all them out of there. I leave. Go away. Take your trucks with you. Okay. We'll take this out. We know we want to work with 0 here. Do something like that. I don't know, Fire Shadow. To be honest with you, man, I don't know. I don't eat jalapenos myself, so I don't know, man. Chat, we're just going all retaining walls tonight, apparently. Now that should give me enough to start my ramp here, because, you know, by the time we get that, we might have to refill some of this ramp, actually, to get over to there. To there. Hopefully I don't have to do anything over here. I'm just gonna, my theory is I got enough extra room, hopefully, over here where I won't actually dig all the way. Kind of let that end fall in. Or I build wall over here, too. Which actually might be a thing we just decide to do. Why not? Well, actually, it depends on the grid. We'll have to work on the grid as well. So if we start a ramp, oh, we just got the, okay, the maintenance. Okay. Fine for now. Don't need to worry about that. As long as there's research underway and our food supply is good and our maintenance is good, I'm fine fast timing for now. Okay, so if we continue... Oh, that's not even in the right spot, is it? So that needs to get moved over. Problem is, I don't know... This is why we build in planning mode, chat. Clearly.
Hotkey B.
What's that?
Build mode.
That's build mode. You're right. Build mode, plan mode. Yeah, you're right, Jacob. The problem is, though, I kind of need like a one-piece wall here. Is that a thing? Those are like four-way connectors.
Then one.
Is it? Are you supposed to turn it this way, aren't you? Is that what that is? You rotate it so it's okay. Understand how this works now. Like I said, I've never really messed. I mean, I've messed with walls, but like, I haven't. See, I need like a half wall to go in there, so I guess I use two of the thin ones, right?
Here, use two thin ones or take one of the other ones in.
Okay.
Like one of the T connectors or something.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. We'll be okay with that, I think, right? Okay. We'll come like way back under here with this again. Now to actually do this though, I think I'm going to have to close up this ramp to actually make this whole project work. Or at least a little. Yeah, I'm going to have to fill this back in. Yeah, okay. Let's build all that really fast. And then we'll take those guys that are the coal movers. We'll just take them over here for now. And say, hey, level off that area if you don't mind. Then we'll take this tower, bring it over here. For now. But we probably want to... Hey, don't dig. Don't dig anything right now. Okay. Actually, yeah, no. Another tower. And another tower. Never enough towers. Because really, I gotta fill that in before I can start the digging process. Alright, you guys go dig there for a while. You're fine. You're fine. Jimmy Johnson is Grey Poupon. Didn't know that. Wise guy, what's going on, man? How are you? Welcome on in. Okay, so we want to dump I guess we can dump anything in here right now because technically we're gonna dig it right back out. So let's just dump anything that we have in there right now. Basically. Just to fill this back in real quick, huh? Kind of a waste of time project, but this is it's going to turn out nice eventually. Wise guy, if you like any kind of factory building games, you'll probably like it. Be honest. Guess what's for supper tomorrow night? Probably Jimmy John's their first time, right? I had to guess. But yeah, if you like any kind of factory building game of any kind, you'll probably like it. Actually, you know what? That's kind of silly to fill that in all the way up to grade, isn't it? Okay, hold on here. Change of plans again, chat. Gonna get this all figured out eventually. Just bear with me. Because we know we need to dig down, so we might as well start the digging process, and then we can be filling in while we're digging somewhere else too. Let's go from right there, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is our 0. Okay. We go to flat. Let's see how far we can get with that. Might as well start with that process. Because why fill it all the way in if we're just going to dig it back out? Let's try to dig what we can first. Yeah. I should have thought of just putting walls in the first place, you know? Yeah, this game is a ton of fun. It's a kind of slower paced game, but I think it's great. Personally. I enjoy it quite a bit. Okay, we're about to get steel. Ooh. That's fun, chat. That means a lot of building here in a few minutes. That's basically what that means. All the building. Okay, we don't have anywhere to go with coal right now, which is fine, because that means everything's full of coal. Not a problem. That's a good thing. So we'll get some steel production going here, guys. That's going to be fun. Now, on this side, I'm not building retaining walls, by the way. If this falls in the land here, I don't care. I don't care about this side. All right, wise guy, we'll catch you. Now, over here, I might want to, because, well, it doesn't fall in that much, but I just got to protect my buildings I already have, you know? That's really what it comes down to. Just got to protect my buildings. Okay, we have steel now. We have steel, and we're working on the ship upgrades, which is great. So, for steel, it's going to be good, right? Steel's fun, right? Right? Not that bad. Why don't I... There it is. Like, why don't I see it? So basically what we need is the molten coming out of the furnaces from iron. And then we basically put it through a thing with water and boom, there's steel. So it's kind of a 12-step process, but hey, we'll get steel eventually. And this does work out to be a 1-to-1 process. But I think I'm going to put it over here. I think that's the best place to go with it. Eventually. So we're going to build it backwards. Like I said, and eventually the biggest steel consumer that I'll have, one of the biggest, is going to be construction level 3s, which are going to be built up in this area. So what I'm thinking is if I do this over here, I can just run a conveyor belt over and bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle, right? So that's kind of the hope that I have there. So we want to allow some room for a little bit of storage and conveyors and stuff. But we need 4 of these. I guess we'll go for a 4 system. Because that's what Jacob had, and we're just going to copy Jacob, okay? That's what we're doing. Jacob, how much room do you leave between your thingy doofers here? Because you got to have room for water and, like, all kinds of stuff, huh?
I mean, could do, Jacob, since we have blueprints. Yes, copy.
You could give us a blueprint. Yeah, you're right, Trent.
You're going backwards, right?
I am building backwards, yeah.
1, 2, 4 grid spaces.
Did I left 5, so even better.
Yep, so you're fine.
Even
And then,
better.
let's see, looks like 3 from the furnaces to the other thingamabobbers.
Yep. Makes sense.
Oh, now which input do you use? There's 2. Or output. Doesn't matter.
So when I did mine, the 2 middle ones are right next to each other.
Yep.
For the furnaces, and then there's 2
there.
spaces between the other 2.
I gotcha. Well, I kind of meant to build this all in planning mode. Whoops.
Oh no.
Hope it's all right.
Oh god.
Well, you still have chance on your blast furnaces.
Do I though?
They're not building them yet.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Well, you know, if
And on
it's
stream, they're not.
What are you, how much of a delay do you have?
And they're just building the one now.
Well,
Oh boy.
I always cancel it.
didn't really mean to do that. But that's okay.
Hopefully
Hopefully it all lines up right.
all 4 belts that have to come out of there and U-troughs.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Am I gonna worry about putting scrap abilities in over here? I guess I should, right? Like, make iron and iron scrap here? Like, be able to run both? It's not a big deal to put that in.
You don't want to run iron and well, yeah, I guess you do, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I was looking at my copper plant and you were talking about steel.
oh, I was like, what? What do you mean I don't want the ability for iron?
Never
of course
mind.
I do. Are you crazy?
I was looking at copper.
Don't answer that, okay?
Oh, you be quiet.
Oh no. Oh no, no. Okay, we got to do something with our town. We need people now, chat. Holy cow. Upgrade some housing abilities and we'll turn our beacon back on.
Oh boy.
We don't have workers for the beacon.
It's all falling apart on you.
No. This is fine. Everything's fine, Jacob.
Alright, good.
Are you drunk?
Chat is not fine.
I'm drunk. What are you talking about?
Are you?
No.
I
I wouldn't be on the microphone.
Throw you under his wait. It's out of the bus. Okay. I see what you did there. I never realized. Look how it's like brick. I never realized that before. I've never like zoomed in on these buildings. Okay, chat, sorry. Alright, so we're connecting all these bad boys up. That's that. So we need water and we need oxygen. I think I'll put the oxygen stuff in down here. Not worried about that right this minute. We also need our output, which I think we're going to put a storage building right in this neighborhood here. And then we'll have output there. And run over here via a long conveyor belt that goes skyward. Which is peachy if you ask me. Just saying. No, 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 no. Undo.
Ah, you're in build mode.
I'm not in build mode, am I?
Yeah,
Right.
it looks like you are.
No.
No. Mm.
No. No build mode for me. I'm living on the edge, Jake. Jacob.
Oh.
Yep, yep.
Oh boy.
And then he wonders why stuff is building when he doesn't want it to build.
I don't know what you're talking about, Trent. I would never. How dare you? Question is, why isn't this stuff building? Oh, because I'm really, well, my level 2 parts aren't that bad. There you go. There. See? Just built all of it at once. Look at that guy. That was one truck. Pretty sure. Wow. Okay, we need water, which... How convenient. There's a water pipe, like... Man, it's like I knew what I was doing, chat. I didn't. Okay. Really want to drop that like it's hot, and then we'll run nitrogen line, like, right above that. Oxygen, I mean. Not nitrogen.
You can run nitrogen, it'll just go boom.
Nitrogen's the waste product for now.
Correct.
Which we will use eventually, right? Why is that? That all is like too high. I don't like it. Undo. 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 Okay. It was one layer too high for some reason. I just didn't like it. Okay. There we go. Much better. There we go. Now we're cooking with Briscoe. Something. Oh. Is that not where I wanted it to be, though? There we go. There we go. Looking clean. Now, should we get real fancy with this and it brought all of our exhaust to one place as well? Or should we just, you know, put stacks in and just get rid of it, right?
Yeah, well, eventually you'll want to.
I know eventually we want to scrub the air for, like, sulfur and stuff, right? One place. We're getting fancy with it, huh? Getting jiggy with it. Nah. Problem is, do we have enough room in here to actually do that? Because if we got to pull a pipe out of here but go airborne with it, when we get up to a pipe that would be... I don't know if there's enough room for this, so we'll try, chat. We'll try this, okay? Okay, so that's the same level as that. This would be up higher. Because really what we need here is 3 pipes that run the length of this whole shindig then. Right, so say we get our... That's not gonna wanna... Just like that too. Doesn't look clean. Can we connect it here? There's actually not enough room to come that way. But... I just pause that real quick. Thanks. If we move that pipe over one, and then say we run another line here. Want to run it like that. Not gonna let me do that though, because you have the thing there. Can we connect to that though? Make it look clean-ish? No. Okay, so that's a no-go. You know, if we had one more space, we would have built this in planning mode like you're supposed to. What?
Nothing.
Would have built this in planning mode. Oh, but see, I don't mind a dog leg in it as long as they're all the same, right? Wait, we don't need a dog leg. That's beautiful. Okay, now why won't? Oh, because that other pipe's in the way, probably. Okay, hang on, Mr. Overtoff. Tear down that pipe. Wait. Wait. I don't quite think that's how it went, right? Okay. And we take this up to there. Why does that one look? That one looks way better. This one's not right. I think that one's just gonna look different. There's not as much stuff, so it kind of lays different. I don't mind them as long as they're all the same. Or close enough. Mrs. Professor, it is going. How are ya? Welcome on in. See, I could get this one. I don't know. I don't mind that. I don't. It's fine. Fine. Now, I'm wondering, though. Can I take the exhaust this way? I can. But we also have to have concessions in here for slag, too. Because we're going to be getting slag out of this. Okay, so slag bin, we can put that up here. Yeah, we can put that up there somewhere. Mrs. Professor, so far we've gotten a fair bit done today, actually. On the old captain of industry, I feel like, anyway. We've gotten a fair bit done today. But yeah, we're just doing it. We're building iron right now. Iron production. Watch some great dirt races. Heck yeah. Awesome, Mrs. Professor. Awesome, awesome. Need to go to like here. Down. Oh. Don't know that we're going to get everything like I want it to and out of here. Might end up with a bit of a spaghetti bowl.
Zether2 just resubscribed for 12 months. Wow, 1 whole year.
Thanks for the 12-month resub. Zether, welcome back, man. Oh, see, now that's not even going to connect either, is it? Jacob, why'd you tell me the spacing? Jacob?
What?
Jacob.
What are you doing?
Trying to get slag
I
out
don't
of
know,
here.
you don't broke it.
Do you not have slag on your recipe? Is that what it is?
No, I have slag. Hold on, what did you do wrong?
What did I do wrong?
Oh. Okay, so
You must have
When
4 in here, right?
I put 4 furnaces, the 2 in the middle. Here, I'm gonna show you.
No, I get you. You're gapped out different. That's all.
Yeah, there's a gap in between the outer 2, and I run the slag to the back side.
Well, that's just brilliant, Jacob.
So
That's okay,
on
though.
the
We'll
back
do-
side, it's a 4-tier system. You can run scrap in, coal in, ore in, and slag out.
All right. I mean, I'm here for it. I just, didn't do it.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah. That's how I got it to work.
I'm here for it, bud. I'm not talk of that. We want those to go that way, right? We're putting that there for future expansion, chat, in case we decide to add on to the whole system here, okay? Now, the question is, can we get a pipe through here somehow? And tie everything together. I don't know about that, but we're going to try it. Because if we can, then that's going to be pretty darn cool. But see, that already doesn't like to...
Oh, I just did one chimney per.
Well, see, chat challenged me to not do this.
Oh.
But now I could just, if I could run it through this way, I can get through here with it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I could go that way with that too. Because there is, oh, you know what? That's what we're doing with the exhaust then. Hold on. We're just going to sneak the exhaust out the back side. Because there is a gap. Oh, how clean would that be? I don't think I would have room for both, right? Be cleaner than this.
Ah,
Clutch, right?
I have an idea, but they started building.
Oh, no.
I pulled a U.
No.
Oh, did I mention you flip the stacks so they face each other too?
Flip the stacks so they face each other too.
Yeah, when you place before you place your buildings, you can flip them to where the middle ones, the smoke stacks, face each other. Just look at my picture. I'm in Discord.
How do you do that?
With the flip key.
What the heck's the flip key? You mean rotate?
Rotate is one, and then you flip it. You rotate.
I
and
didn't
then
know
flip.
you could flip.
Oh yeah. So push F.
What good does that do though? That just flips the whole building, right?
Yeah, flip it and then rotate it.
Oh.
See?
I didn't know you could do that.
Okay, someone give him a rainbow.
The flip key is the one you press with your middle finger.
Easy.
Hey, I just repeat what he said. Don't be mad at me. Now.
Yeah, don't kill the messenger.
Yeah. Jacob. Thanks, Mrs. Professor. Now, can we get this? Oh boy. That's not that ugly, right?
No, that'll work. If it works for you, it'll work for everybody.
See, here's the thing though. Can I tie this exhaust into it? Like so. And then that's double exhaust all the way across the sky.
Yep.
You know? It's like a double rainbow, but double exhaust. Okay? Just go with it.
Yo, you can do that. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Biden.
Oh yeah, all day long.
All day. Every day. I'm shuffling, bro. Okay? I don't know about you. But every day I am shuffling. Okay? Every day I'm shuffling. Double smog, so Los Angeles. I mean, I didn't say it first time. I don't know why I'm using tier 2 pipe for all this either, but hey, you know what? YOLO, right?
Why not?
Now, why does that one not want to... What is that trying to do? Trying to connect to something. I don't know what, but... Double smog all the way across the sky. Now, what do I do with this one? Just run it into... Just run it down this way, I guess, huh? Yeah. Beautiful chat. Beautiful. I don't... Okay. I'm looking at it first, whatever you just sent me. So now I just run this like so. I don't like that though. I don't like it. It's gonna add an extra leg there for some reason. I don't like it. So if we just run like this, then we don't have an extra leg. Okay. Now the thing about this game is there's more than one way to kind of get it right. Like just because I do something in a way, it doesn't make it the right way or the wrong way. Probably the wrong way is what it really is, but you know. Jacob laughs. He's like, yeah, you're an idiot, John. We know.
No. I didn't say that.
No, you don't have to, though. I know. It's fine. Totally fine.
I'm not trolling you today.
Today. Mark it on the calendar, chat. He's not trolling today. Okay, so that's all of our exhaust from everything, right? I'm here for that. Now, where do we want to put this, like back here, just in case of, well, if we do future expansion, we'll have to move all this anyway, so. Put that right there. Wallert, hello. Which one do we want to hook up to? We have so many options, chat. Okay, so that's all of our exhaust from all the way across the sky. All hooked up. So we need some milk now, I think, right? Oh, and then sweet, we can actually run the output from this back there too, right?
Unless they conflict with each other.
What do you mean conflict with each other?
Get more of one than the other, and they'll never dump the other.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, so we need the oh, we got to get that in there yet too. Wait, that's what's in this pipe right here. Okay, oxygen. That's what we're going for, right? Right. Okay, cool. I know what I'm doing, Chad. I swear.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
That's what's in that pipe is oxygen. And then, so what, Sarge, you don't think, or do you think I should or no?
It doesn't matter.
Connect the nitrogen back
Try
there
it.
just to get rid of it?
Try it. Just try it.
Try it. You might like it.
Actually made that
If not,
kind of clean.
you'll end up putting on rituals.
Yeah. It's like a sham.
Oh.
Wow. What?
I'd
No,
run it
you
into
don't
its
wanna-
own input.
You don't want to do it. They won't take double inputs.
What do you mean? Like run it to its own input? That won't work?
Because it'll backlog something. Because it can only disperse so much of each one at a time.
All right.
So you might end up with the nitrogen stuck in there.
Yeah, and eventually we will use nitrogen for stuff, but for now,
Or the other way
Nitrogen
around,
just-
it's full of nitrogen and then it'll
Yeah.
be stuck with the exhaust.
okay, and we don't want that. Okay, that all looks like it should work, right? Allegedly. What?
It looks like it passes the smell test.
Why are you smelling my builds, you weirdo? Get out of here.
What about this, Jacob?
Get out of here with the smell test. I don't like that idea.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
That just weirds me out, and I don't know why. Feel kind of dirty now.
I know.
Go
What
take
am
a
I looking
shower.
at? Trent?
Golly. Okay, so we need like 84 bins and conveyors here, right? We do one output, which will be our
All nice and clean.
schlag. So slag conveyor belt's going to be elevated by 1. And can kind of just run not like that at all. Oh, that's right. It's not elevated by 1 there, is it? So we're going to need to allow room to elevate. Why will that not just... That won't elevate to 1 till way out there? Is it because that pipe's above it? I guess that's our option, huh? Boy. Gonna have to really, this is gonna be interesting to build. That's okay. Oh, I just trapped all those trucks.
Oh boy.
Why we can't have anything nice, John?
Okay. We'll just send them back. Use a little Unity. It's fine. It's fine.
You got plenty.
Work out.
Yeah, I got plenty of Unity. I'm not worried about that. To move that out 1 more, don't I, to make it work? Yep. And this is why we build in planning mode. And this is why people shouldn't let me build. That's really what it comes down to. This is kind of going to mess up like all my other conveyor belts for this whole process. Because they're going to have to go underneath from back here. I'm not going to be able to go from... Oh, actually, I am going to be able to go from there down. Okay. Now can I go... Okay, that's on that level. Okay, so that's that level. That's... Come on. I don't... Yeah, I'm gonna have to... Fine, we'll figure this out, chat. We'll get it. That's way too high. Stop connecting to everything, you silly conveyor belt. Okay. Question is, though, can we actually hook up to from that? Probably not. Without a weird curly Q thing in there, and I don't want that. So we're gonna have to move that back more. Move it. You know what? Let's do the slag last. How about that? We'll leave room for the slag, but we'll do it last. All right. Okay, so we're gonna have slag output here. Slag output, we want to keep that empty, fairly high priority. We're going to have coal coming in here. Keep that full. Decent priority on that. Gonna have, this is iron, what's it called? Iron scrap. Yeah, we'll do this one as iron scrap. No priority on that, whatever. We have it, we have it. Which, of course, right now we don't. This will be iron here. Keep that fullish. Highest priority. We're going to put one of these bad boys here. Yes, chat, I'm just talking myself through this so I can figure out what I need to do. That's really what it is. Set priority to that, so that'll do the recycling first if we have it. Then it'll change to the regular. So that's that, and then if we can go up 1, That'll allow room for the scrap. Not scrap, the slag to come out of there. There'll be plenty of room for slag to sneak out under all this. At least that's the hope. Where are you trying to go, mister? We got potatoes. Okay. That allows room there. And then we need our coal input. Off of it doesn't connect. I'm one block too far already, aren't I? Yeah. Now we're cooking with... Well, it's going to be coal here in a minute, so we're doing it. Got us. There. Okay, so there's all of our coal hooked up. Now our slag is gonna about underneath all this and run right to the slag bin. Why do we get a weird dog leg in there? That's the question. Because that's too close and it won't make that. That bend is not going to work. Helps if I put it on the right spot, huh? That's incredibly difficult. Oh, right there. Okay. I have no idea where I need to be with that. Okay, now. Build mode is really hard to see multiple layers of conveyor belts, for the record. I'll throw that out there. Okay, that is all connected. I think we are good. So all of our inputs, all of our outputs are on this side. Everything runs through. Anybody else just have an aneurysm, or is that just me? All right, we can upgrade our boat, by the way. Does that take... Does that already do it? There we go. Helps if you click the right buttons. But we don't have... That takes steel, right? Iron? No? Alright, whatever. Okay. This should be good to go. I think should is a relative term, right? I think we're good to go. Let's build that trucks. Come on. Chip, chip, cheerio. Let's go. And now we're going to be making steel. Which is good. Right now, we don't really have a use for it, but it'll be good to get the stockpile built up and get stuff start moving into it. I say, how's our ramp project going? Looking great. They're out of room to dig, so we can give them some more room to dig. We want a 5 wide, basically trench along here to dig all this out. All right. Wasn't sure if they were going to be able to come through here, so good thing we didn't fill that in, by the way, because that would have just been a complete and utter waste of time. So that's good. 6-month food supply, maintenance parts still good. We're good. Okay. This isn't... It didn't turn out bad, by the way. Apparently, you want a blueprint?
Sure.
Well, let's make sure it all works, okay?
I mean, I could redo my setup. Mine's just kind of thrown together, not clean.
Do you want my blueprint?
You want to build a snowman?
Yeah,
Really?
sure.
No way.
Snow on Thursday.
Oh, yeah? You know
Yeah,
what?
bah
They're
humbug.
calling for some wintry weather here, too, Jacob. Yeah. Wintry weather of sorts.
Yeah, but it feels like springtime, John.
Dude, I know. It was so
Don't
nice
need-
yesterday.
To go like skip 3 seasons or 2
know.
seasons,
Go
and
back to winter. Somebody hit us with an Uno reverse card. Like spring? No, what's that? No, back to winter.
we skipped go twice.
If it started snowing 3 hours ago for you, really? It's not cool. Not cool. This is pretty compact. I don't like the way these pipes turned out for the water, or for the oxygen. But other than that, this is pretty, this will work.
I don't like my little concrete setup I got.
Helps when you have the water pipe going the right way to actually give water to, you know. Glad I
Yeah,
caught
it is kind
that.
of crucial.
Glad I caught it.
Like on your other map, how you didn't have water connected to all
Yeah.
your other buildings.
Is that like 90% of the factory stuff? Yeah, that needs water? Yeah, you betcha. I felt really smart, don't worry. Now, I will also need level 2 conveyor belts for this process as well, because, you know, these only handle 60 per minute. And we're burning more than 60 per minute technically, so this is not as efficient as it will be eventually. Although here in not too much time, this is going to fill up, so it won't really matter right now, but eventually when I get level 2 conveyor belts unlocked, which are over here somewhere. Up here. We're not that far away. We got to get construction 2 before we go too much farther, you know? But I want to kind of get everything built up before we get to construction 2, you know? Or 3. 16 rating, Kansas City was 29. Ugh. Ghost, I would say you can keep that, but I think it's coming this way if I want it or not. How's it going, Ghost? Welcome in. Welcome in. Who's that?
Concrete.
No, you know when you get random Snapchats from people that you don't know, but it's like probably a bot? I'm checking the weather here, because I'm curious, actually. I haven't looked. Now, I checked it the other day at the farm to see if we were going to leave our light in the fridge or not. We decided to.
How's your guys' Steam look?
How's what?
Your Steam?
I'll be back in a few.
Okay, Sarge. I'll show you that in a second. So they're saying 60% chance of rain Thursday here, but high of 45, low of 22. So it might end with a little kind of wintry. You know, this is my Steam for now, Trent. This is all I have. And I'm not basically not using this northern setup pretty much at all. Again, this is early, of course, because that's all I have right now, you know. But yeah. That's what that was. So yeah.
Oh. Hey, the oil rig requires a lot of people.
Yep, they sure do. They sure do.
I'm gonna put that on pause.
Yeah, only get those going if you need them. Only if you need them, you know.
I only have 9232 in my reservoir right now for crude,
Okay.
but I don't have all my residency up to level 2 yet.
Oh, I got you.
I have 3 out of the 6.
All right, so this bin right here is not going to be used until we get recycling going. Of course, we don't have that yet, so kind of just not going to worry about it. But otherwise, this looks... I never thought about putting the output by the input, at least like for the slag, you know, Jacob? I kind of like it.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like it. Oh, yeah. I could have moved this bin up here, though. That would make it a little more Actually, could have shifted all the bins up a little bit, but this is gonna work. This is gonna work. We got lots of bad exhaust going out right now, which is fine. It happens. We can scrub that eventually. And actually, if nothing else, it's kind of nice having it all tied together. It's for future considerations, like I said, to scrub it to get sulfur eventually. Time's it? Man, it's 9 o'clock already, chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I had no idea what time it is. You know, just put your head down and you just play, you know? Sometimes you forget what time it is. Okay, so we, what else have we unlocked recently? Armor for the ship. Steel. Basically a lot of stuff we don't really in food market too. We can research that up. Add it to the queue. We could burn our trash now.
That's what I'm doing, just to ease pressure on the trucks.
Yeah, but that hurts your ozone more. And that's bad for, you know,
Health.
bad for the health of your people. That's where I got in trouble the first time I played. I just dumped all their poo water in the ocean. They didn't like it. I don't know why.
Then I showed
I'm
you
only
the.
on -3 for my air pollution.
Devin, what's going on, man? Welcome in.
Not doing too bad for now.
Yeah, that's when I showed you edits to make your health go up.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna put that in. I mean, hey, it's the clean way. Just dump your trash in the ocean, right? I mean, what I do with mine. When in doubt, just dump your trash in the ocean. That seems like the logical thing to do. We could put it under Dirt Mountain over here. You know, put a layer of trash on some dirt. You know, like a landfill, IRL. Or we'll use trash to fill in the coal mine eventually. How about that, chat? Of course, yeah. The salt breaks down the garbage and turns it into happy tree friends or fish food. Fish food. That's what we're going with. The salt breaks down it. Yep. That's what we're going with, chat. You know, if you don't think about it, it makes sense. Okay, so right now on our steel, we have nothing to do with steel. Okay. All this other stuff eventually. But for right now, we have nothing to do with steel. So that's good, though. We got it built. We'll have it for future considerations. And it's actually not a bad. I would have maybe put like one more space in here, but it's not bad though. I don't think it's bad anyway. Like I said, it's already full, so we're good. Which actually here soon we'll be upgrading our storages. That's what we're doing now. So a bunch of probably all of our storage that we have, like all this, the inner production storage stuff, all of that. I'm gonna upgrade all of them. I like having stuff in storage. It never hurts, you know. We're out of iron right now. We putting that much hurt on the iron system here? Or is it just because it's all coming over to here to steel for now? That's probably what it is, because that's closer. 33. What do I have this one set? I have no priority set on this one. Okay. Change that to 3 as well. But we'll get that going eventually. But it's close, so that's why it's all coming right here. At least in my opinion, that's why it's all just coming right here. That's fine. So we're waiting on research again, y'all.
User left your channel.
Oh, you are out of places to work. This is such an awkward one. Got like farmland right here and kind of awkward. That's all right. We'll get it done. Right now, I'm not concerned about digging down. I just kind of want to level. I will, oh, what's it called eventually? I got to dig a ramp and stuff eventually to get down to where I want to go. Let's get that tree harvester moved up there real quick and get those couple trees out of there. He's probably full. No, he's waiting on a truck. Okay. Him another truck as well. I swear when I picked my phone up just a second ago, it said 80-something%. Now all of a sudden it says it's done charging. Suspicious. Makes you wonder. Who's complaining here? Everybody's complaining about everything. Our population's going crazy again. Turn that beacon off. We don't need any more people coming in here. All right. Why wasn't that? Oh, okay. Can't upgrade the ship if it's not repaired. Noted.
Alrighty.
Welcome back, Sarge. You know you can't repair or you can't upgrade your ship if it's not repaired.
Ah, nice.
Didn't know that. Now I do. So that's interesting. Hopefully our ship is repaired. Means we can probably hit the upgrade button now. Here we go. Some guns on that bad boy.
They got the little baby guns on it, like I.
Hey,
mine.
hey. Better than nothing, you know?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, baby guns. For now. We'll get bigger ones eventually, right? That thing becomes a death machine eventually. Just throwing it out there. That thing becomes really awesome. Let's work down here for a little bit. Trucks are scurrying all around. Out of places to put coal again, aren't we? Means these guys need to quit working, although we're not going to be into coal for long here, so. And we're going to be getting bigger storages here in a minute. That's good. Add some wheat stuff to the production here. Make some animal feed eventually. Make bread. Get into all the farming at some point. Probably once I have an area to farm, which I think I'm going to use this area. So I might want to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Plugger, hello, how's it going? Welcome on in. How are you? Or do I put in a storage farm? I have one on my other map. What do we think? Storage farm, yes or no? Basically, I just mean a bunch of tanks. Right now, I kind of need somewhere to go with coal. Coal is kind of in my way. Or do I just dump it back on the ground?
Yep.
Larry, Ben Largan. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. What tower are those guys on? They're on this tower. Right, we gotta get those guys off there. For now. I think I'll just dump it back on the ground over here for now. Massive storage farm, yes. I just don't know if I have the land for it right now. I know what to do for. Because see, if you notice right here, I've already dumped a bunch of coal. And I don't mind dumping coal on ground that's full already, you know what I mean? Okay, so there's bigger storage unlocked. So if nothing else, we can come along and hit the old upgrade button here on a bunch of this stuff. And yes, I'm going to upgrade storages that I'm not using, but that's fine. Upgrade all of our bins first. Why not? We'll have a place to go with at least a little bit of coal. Alright, the ship has guns now. Some more. Give us all the guns. Want them all. I mean, I could put in a reasonably sized storage farm right here. Because actually here soon we're going to have the... where you tell them to go from like point A to point B and not any other place, which I don't know if I really want to do that.
You already have the blueprint for your storage farm.
I don't have it though. I didn't save that.
It's in chat.
Yeah, true. You know, if I could do something like this and just... well, here, before I go too crazy with this. Yeah, Trent, you know how big that was though?
Said you wanted a storage farm. That's the one you gave
Dude,
me.
that was like... that was on my other map. That thing is crazy.
Plus you can, once you paste it down in build mode, you can delete portions of it.
Bro. No, that's good. I'm not going to import that. I don't need that big of a store. I mean, this is 5 bins. I think that'd be big enough, right?
For
How big of
now.
a storage farm do I need? What we'll do is we'll take the first one and say exports are fine. Imports are fine back here. We want this to be coal. That's fine. Imports. Sorry, exports. Make 2 of these coal. I don't really have an abundance of anything else right now that I need to store. We might just go with coal for now. Like everything else is kind of just getting by right now. Not really keeping up, just getting by. Maybe we'll just make it coal storage. Yeah, a lot of coal storage. We fill all that up. YOLO, right? YOLO. Why not? Is I want to be working on the ramp project here. The wall project, and well, they're gonna run into coal, so kind of is what it is. Those guys down here, might as well put them to use. Have them working somewhere. Okay, so we're getting some more steam power stuff going here. Eventually. Eventually, we'll get some more stuff. Oh, the fly. Okay, so okay. I was thinking earlier, I guess I didn't look at it, that the thing I thought those were the flywheels. The bigger ones are the flywheels that we don't have yet. It's the actual generator. Okay. The flywheels are great because then once you turn those and you use less steam that way. Pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. But our excavation project's coming along quite well. I will probably have to do some fill-ins here eventually. We're gonna go down another 5. But we're gonna run out of drive around ramp here. At some point. Right. We have a little storage farm. How about that? Big enough. Problem is that dirt mountain's gonna be getting a little big over here. Just a little bit. Exactly, Chief Kingdom, you know it. You know it. All right. All right. So that gives them power. They'll be happy with that, maybe. Okay, we have 4 pieces of. That's not what I wanted to click. Tree guy needs more trees to cut down. Why? Or we're still not getting any. Get more trucks, or is it more excavators? Let's say more trucks. I had 2 more trucks. Problem is we're getting some dirt still. So when you're getting dirt, you know, some trucks are dirt and some trucks are maybe even rock. I don't know, but definitely dirt. So it kind of kills your efficiency a little bit as far as hauling material out of there. Saying. We have like no iron. A little bit, but this bin in theory would be full. Should be full. I want it to be full. But all right. Now we're not getting any coal there. There's not. Do I have to set this coal bin to like keep empty? Because they're not taking coal like to the factories now. I guess I could just sell it to keep it full, right? Okay, we'll do that. Set a priority 3. Would be nice to keep some coal moving that direction. But really, we shouldn't be doing too much here with copper. Besides electronics. So we're using a lot of electronics somewhere. Holy cow. Yeah. But when you put this on like fast time and you have a lot of actuators, the digging is amazing. The progression chat that we've gotten tonight out of this. Kind of insane. Not to mention down here what we were doing earlier. Still got a couple guys running down here. Probably need to free up a truck or two because their trucks are super busy right now. So, yeah. This is like a super highway through here. Of course, it was over here until I built the wall and cut it off. So. Is what it is. There we go. Now we have coal there. We have coal there. We have coal here. We have coal here. We'll upgrade that bin. Well, it's going to stay for now. That's good. So actually on this side, we're probably not going to get all the coal either. By the time we step in a wall section here, we have to go. Why won't that let me? We have to go in a whole section here. Ideally, we'd put it right here. Doesn't seem to be happy about it. Figure that out later. But for now, these guys are absolutely crushing this digging project. But we're going to hit a lot more coal here, so we want to go ahead and get that all out of there. Which, since the storage farm that we have here, which is like, you know, empty. That's okay. Speaking of coal, so I did take those guys off coal, so hopefully these guys hit some coal. Otherwise, we'll have to throw those guys back on coal, which is fine. But they should be hitting coal here in like 2 seconds. This guy's already kind of in it, so we'll be okay. Be fine. No worries. At least that's the hope. That is the hope. Grant, you did copy paste that whole thing, didn't you? Wow. Alright, so chat, watch this. This is a blueprint from the map I started playing. Oh, I have that steel one. I could have. This is a blueprint from my other map. Yeah, talk about storage farm, chat. So it would take 2100 construction 2. And for some reason, 2 of the bins are upgraded. So 46 construction 3s. Or construction 1 and construction 2. But isn't that crazy? I have that on my other map, but I don't have it full. But I have a lot of it.
I mean, you might want to pause your game now, sit down, and then take out like half of that.
Oh, man. A little much. Just a little, Jacob. Could you imagine? You definitely don't need anything like that, right?
Hey, Jacob, you definitely don't want to look at his other map then.
Oh, he might remember it from back in the day.
No, I remember it.
Yeah.
You remember where all the pipes go?
I don't.
No. The
I don't.
spaghetti?
It wasn't. Okay, it was that bad.
Okay, it was
Jacob was
linguine.
probably, last time he turned that on, it was probably a good 10-20 minutes before he figured out which pipe was not installed.
So the other day I was messing around in there just for a minute. I was like, I don't have any. Was it steel or copper? I think copper was the clue.
Anything.
Yeah, I didn't have anything. And I kind of got looking around. There was one piece of pipe missing that supplied water to like all of my industry. I was like, oh, probably replace that, you know?
I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're upgrading and moving stuff around.
Yeah, it was, I felt kind of dumb, but you know, hey, story of my life, right? It happens. Definitely happens. I just thought it was kind of funny. I was like, oh, you're a dum-dum. Just like that too. Yeah. It happens. All right, what are we researching now? Some power. The flywheels. Here for the flywheels. I think flywheels are going to be good. Now, Jacob, imagine that same amount of bins, but with the large bins. That's what you really need eventually, right?
Oh boy.
I think you have an excavation problem if you need all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like
could
excavating
just,
a little too much.
No, you just make a bunker and put it in there instead.
True. Or just build a giant dirt mountain.
That too.
This is what we're working on over here. It's gonna be a
Huge.
healthy pile of dirt someday, yeah. Shouldn't go too much farther over because that's gotta get dug out, but that's fine. It'll be okay. Just dance or something, right? I really was not anticipating walls, but I think walls are gonna be good. Hopefully. Hopefully it all works out for us, right? Good. Oh, we're getting some coal again, so that's good. We have some free trucks again, so we can bring a few more back. For the 5 that are idle, so always want to keep a couple, I feel like, but not too bad. We're definitely waiting on trucks down here. But to go to where the dirt is, that's quite a run. considering mostly what we're moving right now is dirt. Quite a run. So, Mrs. Professor, eventually what I'll probably do is like where all this coal is that's going to get dug out. Eventually I'll fill it back in with like rock and trash and slag, but I'll do a skim coat of dirt. So A, it makes it look better, but B, I could put farms on it then if I wanted to. I make you want to play this again? Well, play it. It's a fun game. A great game. So for instance, down in this bottom right corner here, I'm thinking about making this my farmland eventually. I'll probably have to fill in some ocean, but what I can do is just fill it in lower and then cap it with dirt. Or I might have to fill in and then like dig part of it back out like one layer deep and then fill that back in with dirt, because you have to put a farm on dirt. It can't be on like rock. Obviously, that wouldn't make sense, right? For rock farmers. So basically you don't want to, in my opinion, don't want to throw away a bunch of dirt, like say out into the ocean. You can just pile it up and then, you know, later on we can just move it and actually use it. Because really, yeah, that's a lot of dirt, but it's really not a lot of dirt at the same time, you know? So it's kind of a whole thing. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna put some flywheels on here. We built this too close together, really? The flywheels are too thick for that? Really? I would not have guessed that. Okie dokie then. Go ahead and tear that out real fast. Another flywheel in here. I would not have guessed that it was too close together, but I didn't know. Without having the flywheels, you don't really... Didn't know. It's fine. We'll make it work. Might have... Now we got plenty of power. Plus we have our diesels. Have our diesels that aren't even running, so they're fine. We're good. Well... Why will that? Oh, because I have that. There we go. Why will that not connect? There we go. Just like that. Problem solved, right? Nice to have all the power so we can, you know, use it. Now, do I need more than one flywheel, or is one flywheel enough for this system?
From this basic design I copied, it looks like they just have one flywheel.
Okay. And I would assume...
One flywheel and two power generators.
Okay. I would assume that one would be enough, but never hurts to ask. Right?
More the better.
Give me 100 of them things, right?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
So when you go to low steam, you basically duplicate that down the line.
Yeah. Right. Looks good. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Professor. Now that I've fixed it. Dude, that thing is flying. Is that thing going to go to orbit? What are we doing here? Wow. The funny thing is we're really only using 2 of these. Like this one a little tiny bit. For generator wise. So we have way more power than we need right now, obviously. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? I would say. Not necessarily a bad thing. Holy trucks flying, chat. Let's go. You know, if we were smart now, we would turn around and start digging from this side, because all of our dirt's over here going up there. Then the trucks would have a lot shorter of a way to... A lot shorter of a run. So basically dig another ramp on this end. Might be what we do. Then all we have to do is just come over here and go, hey, stop working. Go on the other side now. Our trucks won't have nearly as far to run, which to me is going to be a better thing. And we're still accomplishing pretty much the same thing. But we'll just start digging over here now. I'm going to take one excavator away because he doesn't want to work anyway, which is fine. Take one away. Back on this project. Got more trucks trying to take that mountain down, you know. All in due time. Of course, when we get this done, this will help a lot. Because we can free up a whole bunch of those excavators to, you know, work on stuff that's not coal related. Yeah, now we do have to watch our coal numbers. If we start running out of coal, we're gonna maybe have some issues, but at least our iron's coming back up, which is good. Still don't have any like iron ore here at all. Might need another excavator up there eventually. Problem, it's one of those things where if I put another excavator there, we'll have too much and the trucks will be sitting, but if I don't, then we kind of don't have enough, but it's all good. Now we got extra trucks here for days too. Not a bad thing. But the trucks don't have to run nearly as far now, so that's good. That is good. I bet you there's some trucks that don't want to drive through here too. We get this all cleaned up. Would not surprise me anyway. Okay, so where are we at for research? So this is, Jacob, you were talking about this earlier. We'd be able to burn the oil instead of coal to make steam, right?
Yeah, the heavy oil and the gas one.
Yeah.
As a byproduct.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I want to tackle that tonight.
No.
Plus, if I'm going to do all that, I kind of want to bring it down here. Because we're going to run out of oil up here eventually, right? You know, we're down to 48%. So we know we're going to run out of oil. So to me, it would make more sense to try to work on filling out some of this coastline and put a dock in down here and get the system all set up down here. That would make more sense to me than, say, building it up there just to move it down here eventually. So basically build it once instead of like 12 times.
Nice. Hey, you want to hear something cool?
What's up?
62.4 Unity.
60?
To build something.
Oh, what? Is that quick build or just general build?
Quick build.
What are you building?
Retaining walls.
That's a lot of Unity.
That is.
I only have 91 right now.
Yeah, 84.2.
And you're spending 60 to build one thing?
Well, it's a big box.
A bunch of walls, but still. Wow.
I had to tell you on stream because I was giggling. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Not gonna lie, that is a lot. Then soon we're gonna be up against construction 3. Which just means see, what does that take? Steel. Okay. So that means we'll be building more buildings up here. Getting that steel over here. That's what that means eventually. But again, I don't think I'm going to tackle. I'm not going to get to that tonight with the research. Not too worried about that. Okay, we're still full on trees. We have so much. How much wood do we have sitting around? Does it say? 8.8 thousand wood sitting around right now. And I'm kind of tempted to put more storage in just so I can keep clearing that land.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that's a lot of wood.
Yeah, but I'm trying to clear land, you see. I want to clear this up down here so I can use it for farming. So.
How much I got? Oh, I got 20,000.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what else I can do, actually, instead of building and taking more land up? Upgrade tool.
There you go.
32 of them. Let's go. Yeah, upgrade all 32 of those right now. Sure. Why not? 16 more of them over here to upgrade. I think our trucks are going to be busy for a minute. And this is why I have parts, you know, stored up, right? Or something. Oh, we'll build these and then have to upgrade them too. For the record. Oh, man. Never enough upgrades. Oh, it's not going to let me do it until they're built. Okay. That's fine. But hey, that one tree, I only have one tree harvester. That thing is rocking over there.
Are you still rocking the very first one?
Yeah, I think so, right? That's the only one I have.
Yeah, I'm still rocking the very first one as well.
Yeah, that's the only one I can build. I can't build anything past the first vehicles. So he can just stay over there and do his job. Cool with that. Okay, so again, this would take the oils or fuel gas and make us steam, but we don't have any of that stuff right now, so we are fine with that. What's next on the old research bucket? Okay, we're working on increasing 10%. Okay. Cool. I mean, we're not a lot of research. We're almost off the first, like, we'll call it page when you're all the way zoomed out. That's not bad. There's only like, you know, 84 more, right? Two pages, almost 2.5 more pages. You look at it kind of like that. Only a little way to go. But that's all right. And we're probably going to be like out of coal here in a minute too, but these guys will get to some coal here in a minute. I just shut down like all production, but that's okay. That's okay. Totally fine. Oh wow, first time. Interesting. So I wonder how much wood we'll be able to hold now. A lot.
20 million?
20 million. 1 billion. Sharks with freaking lasers. There's something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So these dudes need to connect this. And then I can just put like, you know, 2 back down here digging coal or somewhere digging coal. It doesn't matter. And then I can get back to my mountain project. Because again, I'm trying to fill this in up here. To move that vessel over and then put a trading dock in somewhere, which actually I could probably put that in wherever I wanted to. But I kind of was looking at a blueprint actually for that, to be honest with you. I gotta look at it again. Go to my other map and test it out and see what I think of it. And I don't know if I really want to use blueprints or if I just want to, like, you know, make it the John spaghetti bowl, you know? Not somebody else's spaghetti bowl. I'm not sure yet. Not sure what I want to do. But either way, it's all good. So basically what I'm going to do between now and next time I play this, I think I'll be back on here. I'll probably be back in here on Thursday playing this, guys. But Mrs. Professor, kind of. So if you look here where you can see a little bit of dirt, this was a mountain range. Okay, so if you don't see any dirt, you see like there's a little trash, there's slag, but mostly like rock. I filled all that in, yeah. So the plan is to square this out up here on the north edge for now. I might go farther. I might connect this to up here eventually. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided that yet. But I want to move the dock for the boat over here on this corner probably. And then have another dock here to bring in like crude oil eventually somewhere in this area. I will bump it out to match though. And then I think it'd be very ambitious, but like if I could connect this point here to over here, and then, well, I don't even know if it won't let me even go out that far. But if I could connect the two, that would be cool. Or maybe I connect like this point here, come across and go up to, I don't know, something. Just, you know, more flatland is good. So flatland is good or something, right? It's a lot of time is what it really is. It's a lot of time. Definitely a lot of time. But I also, to, you know, make more flatland, there's mountains. Take all those mountains down. I probably want to take these down. I don't know. Take these down up here. I wouldn't mind taking these down and building at least a little land bridge over to the island. We will have to get over to the island eventually because that's where the gold is. That's way, way, way later in the game.
Oof.
Probably would actually go across here. Although that's all a mine too. See, that's all copper. And in order to mine all of that copper, actually, we need to go out into the ocean first and fill in a bunch so that water doesn't flood. But this is an ideal spot to build a bridge because it's already half filled in. So, I don't know. That's way later game. For now, I'd like to work on this corner. And then maybe when I get done down south here, we'll come over here with the excavators and take this out. And try to square this up some, at least, for working in my farms down here. I don't know that this is going to be a big enough area for farms, but I also can just push north into the hill. As long as I dig it down like one extra and then put dirt back on top, I could just plow ahead with excavating. Because, I mean, there's some iron or copper here, a little bit of sand, and then there's nothing for a while. There's oil here, but yeah, I don't know. Got a lot of stuff to do. Got big plans, big ideas. Have a new backup next year. I heard the backup retired, Sean. I heard that. Okay, so we're back into some coal. Our coal numbers are coming up, so that's good. But that's where I think, guys, I'm going to run research till I get to construction 3. And I'll probably stop there. So that next time we come in, we can build construction 3. We can maybe start trading, get some glass coming in to build the bigger trucks, bigger excavators. Bigger trucks are really the important thing there, in my opinion. Excavators are nice too, but the bigger trucks, because they can haul so much more and they go a little faster as well, I think. The bigger dock as well. So, lots of good... Uh-oh. What's going on with our maintenance stuff here? What? We're missing electronics of all things. Really? Alright, let's slow time down. How are we missing electronics? We are just not producing enough electronics, are we? Well, simple thing we can do to combat this, Chad, is upgrade these buildings. Get these upgraded really fast. Like, super fast. Use some Unity. Just make it happen. Not waiting for anything. And that'll up our output from 4 per 60 to 12 per 60 per building. So that should fix our problem alone right there. I would hope anyway. I would hope, because we definitely have enough copper. That's definitely not our issue. The issue is simply manufacturing fast enough. So we may have to add some more manufacturing capabilities. But going to 12 per 60 instead of 4. That hopefully will help. Because we do not want our maintenance parts. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just pause. I'm going to pause this conveyor belt. There we go. Because really, do we need to make construction parts right now? No. I'm not really building anything. It's more about we need our maintenance parts because we're running out of maintenance here really fast. Obviously, that's not good. Those are set to priority 1. Okay, I could upgrade the buildings as well. I don't really want to do that right now. But hopefully we'll be okay here in a minute. This is where it can go sideways really fast for you. When you think you have stuff working and everything's going fine, and all of a sudden it turns around and it'll get you. So you definitely have to keep watch on it all. But we'll be okay. We're gonna go ahead and add a couple more in just to have them. Just to have more capacity here. And if we want to add more, we can. We just have to move that rubber storage. So not a huge deal. We are at 0 on our maintenance parts right now. This is not good.
That just reminded me, I trying to relocate my machine parts or mechanical parts, and I didn't put that building back. So luckily I had a stockpile of them.
Yeah.
My main stockpile building was out, but my secondary one still had some in it, luckily.
Nice. Change some of this over too. The kind of manufacturing that's going on. Oh, see, what happened? That's what happened. We ran out of iron, and it's a snowball effect.
That's what started mine, and
yep. We ran out of iron, and it was a snowball effect after that. That's the whole problem. Okay. And then once you get behind, it's hard to catch up again. And actually, we're gonna go ahead and we need to get these going. I know it's gonna kill my Unity numbers for a minute, but I'm okay with that. And the other thing we're gonna do is free up a bunch of trucks really fast. Get stuff moving. Kind of panicking right now a little bit, but you run out of maintenance. The problem is all your stuff starts breaking down eventually. All your trucks will break down. All your trucks, all your excavators, everything breaks down. And once that happens, you're really in trouble. Just saying, like, your map is done. Can be done. Where are we moving electronics? Way over here. Oh, see, that doesn't help either, chat. Okay. Didn't realize it took electronics to upgrade all these. So that's where all of our electronics are going. Probably shouldn't have upgraded everything at once. Live and learn, right? Right.
Sarge said it best.
Can I pause these?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's paused. Yeah, we can pause that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, surprise is right, Sarge. I was just like, hey, I need more room. Sean, have a good night, buddy. We will catch you later. Have a good night, Sean. Okay, we should be doing better here in a second, right? Maybe. Hopefully. Now we don't have enough copper. This thing is outputting copper as fast as possible. But we're using 20 Or per bill. Yeah, that conveyor belt can't handle that much, so we're wasting Unity. Conveyor belts can't handle it that fast, so we're fine. Right, we got to get something going here, though. Some kind of something going up here, you know. 1%, 0%, 1%. Let's go, 0%. Oh man. Now we're out of coal again, right? Out of coal again. These dudes are digging coal, so that's good. All right, I think we're gonna bring these guys out of here as well. We're gonna click on that tower, and we're gonna get these guys going up here. Get them going on just strictly coal again. It says we have 1.2 thousand coal somewhere, but like it's not where it needs to be, so we'll just get some guys going. The rock moving projects are secondary, obviously, to the, you know, keeping maintenance parts. Maintenance parts are kind of like a top priority kind of thing, you know. Just saying, where are our trucks? Trucks are inbound, but we'll just go ahead and get some more. Why not? Coal mine was running out. Wow, Heart. That's fun. That's fun. Alright, come on. We really need our maintenance parts to start climbing out of the hole they're in. We have a little bit of electronics here. I mean, it's not like we don't have copper. We have copper. Don't have a lot of copper, but we have copper backing up, so I mean, we have copper. Definitely have copper.
That's actually what I'm running low on.
Are you? Not good. Like on your map or like your current production chain?
Production.
Okay. I gotcha.
I got ramped up right now.
I need more copper production, don't I, chat? But you know the way this is built, we can add on to this real easy. Yeah. Well, we need conveyor belts level 2 as well. Which will happen on Thursday. Not gonna happen tonight, but it'll happen Thursday, so. Because technically this belt cannot keep up. That's the 60 belt. We're using, you know, 12. Wait, what belt was it that can't keep up? There's a belt somewhere here that I don't know.
Those are 60s, so.
Yeah. Bad though. Bad. Bad all around. But we need more production. Because we can't keep what we have running. So therefore we need more, right? That's all it tells me. We need more. But you know, we conveniently left these extra conveyor belts here. How convenient. You know, we left extra conveyor belt here to patch in if need be, you know. How convenient, chat. Like I was thinking ahead or something.
I wouldn't give yourself that much credit.
Hey now. To rent. Wait, why doesn't this have for scrap? I have the, so I don't, okay. I guess I just didn't, kind of interesting. I don't know why I didn't, set that up. Okay. Rent. That's rude.
On ahead.
Would you just call me? Sure, what you just called me. Am I in trouble? You know, my niece was in chat on Saturday and called me Jonathan.
Was that what that
You're in
was?
trouble.
So that was my brother's account, but it was my niece. And I simply just said, what did I do? Why am I in trouble? Say it. And then she just said, I'm always in trouble. That's all she said. But okay. I guess if I'm always in trouble, then I guess I'm in trouble. I don't know why. But okily dokily. Bro, waterline, what are we doing? So that should help, right? Shouldn't hurt anything. Should definitely help. We may add more on eventually, but for now, we just increased it, so that'll help. But it's kind of sad we have no copper right now. Of course, that's a lot. We're using a lot of copper up there. We are using a ton, but our maintenance parts are still at 0. But at least we're not. We're out.
2% there.
I would say we're out, but it is hitting 2 and 3% at times. So it's not like it's totally out.
You'll slowly climb out of the hole.
Hope so. But we also have to make sure. Yeah, see, we're doing good there. It's just need to get it all set up on conveyors. Honestly, I need to like plop that over here and have it just run off conveyors and be done with it.
What I had to do with my concrete slabs.
Or just
blocks.
do it right in here, maybe somewhere. Yeah. We have 0 copper. But see, here's the other issue again. Our conveyor belts are not fast enough. So yeah. Not technically fast enough. Change that to a priority 1. So copper mine. Copper mine's got 3 excavators. They're over here just, you know, they're pitter pattering. There again, we're getting some dirt. Is part of the problem as well. So they got to haul dirt to another place, obviously. So. Alright, I think we're gonna be okay. Like I said, I'm seeing numbers there. It's just not a lot of numbers is the problem. We're not seeing enough numbers, but we are seeing numbers over there occasionally. I think we'll slowly crawl our way out of the hole we're currently in. We have tons of electronics now. I could probably unpause and unpause that belt and go ahead and fill up our construction 2 parts for now. Because we're doing well in electronics. Of course, once we fill up with electronics, then that copper system should catch back up as well. All in due time. Kind of a domino effect going on, because if copper catches up, then the mines will catch up, filling up the bins, and tree harvester has no trays. Can fix that. There you go, buddy. You have all the trees now. It should just be a cut down all button. Just go. Have fun.
There's a mod for that.
I'm sure there is. But by doing it this way, like I can designate, hey, I want you to go to this area first, right? Or does the mod do that?
I think it probably just says, here you go.
Cut down the world. Have fun.
Yeah, to cut down the world.
All right. Hopefully I'll dig out of this hole and get back to digging mountains out or something, right? At some point. Anyway, go ahead and put that down to regular speed for a minute. Oh yeah, lots of electronics. All right. This is where we're going to leave it for now, and we'll pick back up Thursday, right? Yeah. That's the plan. I'll talk to you guys in TeamSpeak in a minute. Okay, bye. Those of you watching over on YouTube, have a great rest of your day, and as always, toodles.